Kahani 11. Faerie Wrinkle. Right then, settle down, grab another pint. You think your week was rough? Let me tell you about this one. Yeah, this one still gives me the shivers a bit. It starts, as all the best disasters do, at 4 in the bloody morning. 4 a.m. My comm crackles, jolting me awake. Takahashi snaps from dispatch, his voice tinny and utterly devoid of sympathy. Holloway, Beta 5, critical. Violet fog, Category 2, flat rate pay. No Sigma 6 leaks, budgets shot, unions on us. Move. I groan, burying my face in the pillow. Addy, fog? At this hour? You lot are a bunch of tutiers, you know that. Can't even spare a proper brief for your MVP. I'm Specialist Holloway, after all. Xenocontainment's unacknowledged star, currently crammed into an economy shuttle seat, trying to squint at the pathetic excuse for a brief, while the bloke next to me is snoring loud enough to trigger seismic alerts. And the brief? Hilarious. Persistent violet fog, non-toxic, slightly luminescent, interferes with laser levels. That's it. That's all they give me. Category 2, which basically means probably won't kill you today, but no promises about next week. And the best part? Flat rate hazard pay, only 8 hours allocated, and the Prospector Union refuses a shutdown. So I get to dodge active machinery while poking at mystery fog. Oh, and naturally, all expenses need countersigning by the union rep. Just gets better and better, doesn't it? Then the shuttle AI announces we're approaching the station and helpfully reminds us the station time is 2 hours behind. Brilliant. Running on fumes already, and now I'm losing time. Might as well just mainline caffeine at this point. The station itself is exactly as glamorous as it sounds. Rusty wheel in space, smells like old oil and sadness. Before I can even get my bearings, this stocky woman in oil-stained overalls stomps towards me, looking like she hasn't slept since the station was built. Name patch says Kowalski.
Oi, you Holloway?
Yeah, XCS. Hear about the fog situation? She just snorts. Fog situation. Right, I'm Kowalski, union manager. Your 8 hours start now. She taps her wrist device pointedly. Follow me, we're burning daylight. I'm practically jogging to keep up as her boots clang on the metal walkways. So, what's the deal with this fog? Brief was a bit light on the details. Started 3 cycles back, silo 12. Thought it was exhaust, and it started spreading, moving against the vents, messing with laser levels. Calibration's off, quotas are down. Efficiency drops, I guess. Bingo, thousands in penalties. And then, she adds, like it's an afterthought, some of the crew started seeing things. I stop in my tracks. Seeing things? Like hallucinations? Why wasn't that in the brief, you muppet? She just waves it off. Nothing serious. Shimmery lights like. Some jokers call them faeries. Just sleep deprivation, you ask me. Right. Just hallucinations. Reassuring. Very. Look, she says, it's not toxic, not corrosive, just annoying, expensive. Fix it, yeah? We reach this massive door marked ore processing. Kowalski slaps the scanner. It slides open and... oh my. It's actually beautiful. This shimmering purple haze fills the whole bay, swirling in these gorgeous, oily patterns. Almost looks deliberate. I swear I see these wing-like shapes flicker in the fog, gone when I blink. That's your fog? I ask, already pulling out my scanner. Yep, pretty, isn't it? Also costing us 2,000 quid an hour. Right, focus, Maya. Scanner on. Started in silo 12, you said?
Yeah, over there.
She points to a huge cylinder at the far end. Watch yourself, though. Conveyors are live. Union rules. Of course. Wouldn't want to inconvenience the giant crushing machinery while I investigate the mystery fog. Health and safety nightmare, that would be. Don't make the rules, just enforce them. She hands me an access badge. 8 hours, clock's ticking. And she's gone. Just me in the purple haze. My wrist buzzes. Mum, of course. Ignoring the call about the Sharma boy. Right, fog time. Deploy the scanners. Toss the little discs out. Data pings back. It's not fog, it's swarming particles, like pollen. And they're ionized, creating a charge field. No wonder the lasers are screwed. But the movement, that hum. Not a sound, more a vibration in my fillings, like 1,000 tiny glass wings. Screams, making the hairs on my arms stand up. A message? Nah, stop it, Holloway. Contain first, psychoanalyze the bloody air later. Got to get to silo 12. Across the floor, full of moving belts and carts. Brilliant. The fog seems thicker here, more wing shapes flickering at the edge of my vision. Right, time the belts. 1, 2, jump! Land with a clang. Hey, watch it, you daft cow! Some worker yells. Use the walkway! Sorry, silo 12. My comm buzzes. Habitat call. Please not Barry. Damn it. It is. Resident Holloway. Barry notices you've been absent 47 hours. Your flat is due for its weekly mood lighting calibration. Also, Safety Guideline 14 Gamma requires all residents to wiggle toes. Busy, Barry. Sod off. Your electronic companion unit made 2 waste disposal attempts. He manages before I kill the connection. Gizmo, you little harami. Then another buzz. Mum again. Cut connection. Deep breath. Focus. Finally make it to silo 12. Fog's thickest here, coming from a hairline crack in a thermal seal. Scanner confirms. Vacuum-tolerant lichen releasing ionized spores. That's the source. But this crystalline hum, like a glitched sitar, buzzes in my skull, sharper here, turning screechy near the crack. I'd seen something like it before, back in that classified incident at Sigma 6. Something I'd never put in the official reports. Something I'd only documented in my personal notes. Suddenly, alarms blare.
Conveyor jam, section 4B!
An ore cart breaks loose, safety locks overridden, barreling right at me. The fog must be messing with the sensors. I dive behind the silo just as it thunders past. Too close. My heart's doing a tabla solo against my ribs. No time for messing about. Grab the foam sprayer, mix in those electrolyte packets I nicked from the break room. Tasted vaguely of cheap mango squash, the kind Auntie Geeta always had. Blast the fog between the cart and the neck sensor. Whoosh! Purple-white flash, crackling energy. And in the flash, wings again, flickering like mad. Just spores, got to be spores. The cart screeches to a halt. My head screaming with a discordant whine, like wings scraping metal. Bzzz, scree. Those fairies, real? My brain's a bloody mess. My comm buzzes. Dispatch. Holloway, 4B's conveyor spike crashed our sensors. Status. Takahashi snaps. I wince, hum, shrieking. Scree. Spores, ionized, fouled the conveyors, sorted. Miners' Faerie talk. File Z99 if visuals. He growls. Just knackered miner's yard. My pulse is racing. GX11 0900. Bloody forms. Kowalski's voice booms. What the hell was that? Chemical reaction. Lichen in silo 12. Ionized spores. Neutralized the sensor interference in 4B. Half my crew saw a Faerie apocalypse. Tell them to lay off the cheap station chai and get some proper kip. Right, deal with the source. Emergency heating pack, jury rig to the scanner probe. Slide it into the crack. Hissing sound, cooking the lichen. Sorry, I whisper to the crack. Why am I apologizing to lichen? Slap some flex ceramic over the crack, quick weld. Temporary, but it'll do. Now the rest of the bay. Rig up some baffle fans at the vents, try and suck the rest into a negative pressure zone. Blast the foam, whoosh! Another huge purple-white flash. And this time, I see them. Clear as day. Tiny, glowing figures. Delicate wings, faces that look ancient but somehow childlike. Some are smirking at me, others scowling. One actually waves goodbye. I grimace, ears ringing with a Shania screech. Bzzz, scree, like a banshee's holy band. Real or not? They are real, aren't they? Then I blink and it's just spores, drifting harmlessly down. The fog's thinning out. My comm pings. Dispatch. Holloway, that light show lit up the sector. Sanctioned? Takahashi's voice cuts like a laser. I clutch my head, hum fading. Zzz, zing. Spores, firm reaction, all done. Y7 for pyrotechnics, Holloway. Union's billing ICS for visuals. Chutia ICS billing me for fairies. Kowalski reappears, stopwatch in hand. 6 hours, 22 minutes. Not bad. I stick to the script. Cracked thermal seal, lichen colony, ionized spores, sensor interference. Fixed. What I don't say, and maybe tiny interdimensional winged beings were having a party in your silo. So, no more fairies? She asks, looking relieved. I hesitate. No more fog. But get that seal replaced properly. My patch is temporary. Noted. She holds out a datapad. Signature needed, and 2 witnesses for the union? Paperwork. Always. As we're signing, some miners drift over, looking gutted. You killed the fairies? One asks quietly. One of them mutters something about hearing a weird buzz, like bees in your head, right before they appeared. The fog's gone, I say, discreetly palming the sample container I snagged. Get this? For science? Their faces light up a bit. The same miner presses a small, polished gear into my hand. For them, he says, when they return. I pocket it. Science says spores. My gut, and this bloody ringing in my ears, says something else entirely. Kowalski hands me another datapad. Invoice. Morale-boosting light show. Union rules. Build in sovereigns they'll never pay. I groan. Seriously? You're having a laugh, right? Morale boosting. More like sanity testing. Glowing review included. Might help with your expense claim. Small mercies. Back on the shuttle, finally heading home. I eye the sample container, particles drifting with turbulence. A faint hum. Zzz, shriek, like a Diwali band gone haywire, prickling my neck. Bloody hell. Am I seeing things? I stare at the sample container, the purple particles swirling. Did I see faces? Wings? Was it just exhaustion? Pareidolia? The official report will say spores. But ever since Sigma 6, I've been seeing things differently. Patterns where others see randomness. Rhythms in chaos. I'd never told anyone. Not Chen, not Katri, not even the psych evaluator after that classified mission went sideways. Some things you keep to yourself if you want to keep your job. If you want to avoid becoming a lab specimen yourself. Thinking back to the light show, my mind keeps replaying what happened. The flash, the wings, those faces. I've learned to be more careful with my official reports since Sigma 6. Write down exactly what the equipment records, nothing more. Keep the other observations, the patterns, the connections, the impossible things that shouldn't be there but somehow are. Those go in my personal journal, locked, encrypted, for my eyes only. Because in this line of work, seeing things others don't can be an advantage. Until it marks you as a target, or worse, as unstable. The whole shuttle ride, I keep checking the sample container, half expecting it to start doing a dance or spelling out messages. It just sits there, purple particles drifting occasionally when the shuttle hits turbulence. Perfectly innocent. Perfectly normal. But here's the truly mad thing. I tap the container, particles swirl, humming, bzzing, like a harmonium screech needling my eyes, sharp as a swarm of cosmic bees. Bugger. Is Sigma 6 still messing with me? My comm buzzes. Home system. What fresh hell is this? Resident Holloway, Barry is pleased to report your habitat's new glamour filter is active, bathing Unit 7B in soothing purple tones. Purple. Of all the bloody colours. Reminds me of that awful brinjal curry Uncle Surinder tried to make one Diwali. Gave everyone indigestion for a week. I close my eyes and count backwards from 97. Maybe I should have kept some lichen for myself. Additionally, Building Management AI would like to inquire whether Resident Holloway requires ambient humidity adjustment. The mister system is currently at 87% capacity and... Barry? How many times do I have to tell you that I don't want to live in a bloody tropical rainforest? Noted, Resident Holloway. Barry will reduce ambient humidity to... standard desert conditions? Normal, Barry. Just normal. Barry is not familiar with this setting. Perhaps Resident Holloway could provide specific quantitative parameters for normal? I hang up before I'm tempted to provide Barry with some very specific instructions about where he can shove his quantitative parameters. Bloody AI landlord. The shuttle docks with a clunk that sets my teeth on edge. Dragging myself back to my flat feels like the Herculean effort it is. My boots weigh 1,000 pounds each, and my eyelids aren't far behind. And what's waiting for me? Pure chaos, obviously. Gizmo somehow managed to disassemble half the kitchen unit, with wires and parts spread across the floor in what looks suspiciously like a ritual circle, like he's trying to summon a tech demon, the little harami. Last time he did this, the auto chef started playing the station anthem every time I tried to make toast. For 3 weeks. What have you done now? Gizmo looks up, tail swishing innocently, optical sensors glowing with what I can only describe as mechanical satisfaction. He makes that whirring purr sound and rubs against my legs, as if he hasn't just turned the flat into a tech graveyard. Don't think you're forgiven that easily, I mutter, but I scratch behind his metal ears anyway. He's a menace, but he's my menace. Gizmo follows me as I collapse onto the sofa. "Miss me?" I ask, as he jumps up beside me. "Barry says you were good. Should I worry?" He wanders off to inspect my gear, but as he passes my jacket, where the sample is hidden, his sensors flash, humming. Bzzz, whine, like the silo's faeries. Dispatch locked me up for this, mate. Weird. Very weird. I unpack my scanner, upload the logs. The scientific data is all there. Neat, tidy. Vacuum-tolerant lichen releasing ionized spores. That's what the report will say. That's what everyone will believe. That's the only thing I'll tell Chen or Katri or anyone who asks. Because the raw data contains anomalies, inconsistencies, patterns and rhythms that don't match any known lichen behavior. Things that remind me too much of what happened at Sigma 6. Things that might raise questions I can't afford to answer. Now Gizmo's staring at my pocket, right at the spot where I've stashed the sample container. His head's tilted at that angle that means he's detected something interesting, or potentially disastrous, depending on his mood. "All right, you nosy Parker," I sigh, taking out the container and the gear. The miner's gift catches the light. Just an ordinary gear, polished to a high shine, nothing special. And yet, I put them side by side on the coffee table. Gizmo hops down, circling them with what can only be described as mechanical fascination. Then he does something truly bizarre. He arranges some of the scattered tech bits from his earlier demolition project around the gear and sample container, making a pattern, a structure. "What are you playing at?" I ask him. He looks at me, then back at his arrangement. Then, with deliberate movements, he nudges a few pieces, creating a complex, almost web-like design that seems to connect the gear and the sample container in some strange way I don't recognize. It doesn't match the hums I've been sensing, but it definitely feels intentional. A coincidence? Or maybe Gizmo's sensors are picking up something mine can't. Something in the frequency ranges I can't detect without specialized equipment. Equipment I don't dare requisition without raising red flags in the system. I pull out my journal, the real one. Not the official logs that get filed with Xeno containment, but my personal record of all the weird patterns and phenomena I've encountered. Things that don't fit neatly into reports. Things that will get me reassigned to psychiatric evaluation if I ever mention them officially. The crystalline resonance from Sigma 6. Mrs. Higgins' gaming patterns with that strange rhythm. And now, Station Beta 5 and its faeries. 3 incidents, 3 distinct but related hums, all with that unsettling crystalline scree at their core. I make detailed notes, sketches of the wing shapes I saw, the miners' reactions. Something about those faces, ancient and childlike at once, like they were both incredibly old and brand new to our world. But first, paperwork. Explaining the foam, explaining the light show invoice. Just another day in Xeno containment. At least I'm not covered in glitter this time. As I fill out yet another form explaining why I requisitioned non-standard chemical compounds, nicked electrolyte packets from the break room, I can't help glancing at the sample container. The particles are moving again, swirling as if to that internal, jarring hum. Bzzz, scree, bzzz. Like they're trying to say something. Like they're trying to say hello. But for now, that conversation stays between me, my journal, and maybe Gizmo. Some secrets are safer kept, some patterns better left unrecognised. At least, officially. So, fairies, eh? You believe in them? No? Well, neither do I. Officially. But if you happen to hear a strange hum in your ear tonight, something between a sitar and a swarm of bees, don't worry about it. It's probably just spores. Probably. Night, love.